Well, hopefully the Ellies, they will settle down, and our Duke Ghana is just taking it easy, much active than before now. And you can see the flicking of the ears, showing more life or more action might be coming in than earlier when we saw him just flat sleeping. This is very typical of leopards most of the day when they'll be very, very inactive. And as, darkness comes in, they tend to be more mobile, and hopefully this is the time we'll see him trying to do something. I was trying to focus closely. If VM, you can go to the ears, and you could see the little tear marks he got on the ears there. Is what I was saying. For 12 years, I think he's doing very well. It's always a very good way to age a leopard. The tear marks, like he got on that one left ear, right below at the base there. You can see there's a huge tear there. And could have been a claw or a tooth from another leopard, be it hukumuri or something like that. I'm not sure what spoke to him there. Could be another game drive vehicle coming close. But on the left there, you see that? He just looked. There's a huge, I would say a water hog. Pokemon just went in there. VM just told me, that's what he looked at. Will you believe that? And leopards have been known to bring down porcupines. I didn't see it, but VM saw a porcupine going in that burrow there, and the times you've seen warthogs also going in there, but if it's a porcupine, leopards have been known to bring them down and just devour them. Who knows? That could be maybe one of the reasons he's where he is, and he came and he stopped there. He'd come from inside and outside and then went in. Ooh, that could have been something. I thought it was another game drive vehicle that kind of poked the leopard there, but the VM tells me it was a porcupine. Well, let's see what happens, and we will find out if the porcupine might have found someone else inside that hole there. Chances are, the porcupine will come out. All right, rise. Nice. Good yawn there, Tingana. Well done. What next now? Do you go towards that Taman Mound that have a home for the porcupine is right there? That could be good plans for dinner. What were you thinking, Tingana? You have porcupine there. Who else would you think you could go for? Sometimes we get warthogs living in there. So you got a choice of, say, fillet-like meat, or you also got a choice of pork chops tonight. I don't know what would smell better. It's all entirely up to you, Tingana, to tell us what you'd easily go for. I don't think, Tingana, you have not brought someone down since the last 3-4 days I saw you. But in between big meals, our leopards have been known to get small birds or reptiles or steal eggs of birds. So chances are he cannot have been surviving on the impala meal we saw him with the other day, and he would have gotten a few little bitings, a few little snacks to get him to the next main meal, a major course of maybe another impala or another antelope. Slowly heading up in the other direction across the drainage, and what we'll do, we are going to reposition ourselves and quietly follow him, and maybe he is giving the porcupine a chance maybe to come out of that burrow, and the porcupine will think the danger is gone and I am going to come out, and Tingana will swing right back. Let's first find out. Well, Raf, let those warthogs know there's a potential person here who would like them for his dinner tonight. So warthogs once in a while have been brought down by, oops, I'm not sure what he's eating there, by leopards. He's licking maybe poo of something there. Earlier, remember saying we have seen them going on buffaloes poo, and I do not know what they'll always be eating in the animal dung for, like buffaloes and ellies at least I would guess they'll get the small beetles. But for buffalo dung, Tingana, you may have to tell me what exactly you derive, what nutrients, what minerals do you get, or vitamins you get from a buffalo maiden there. I think that's exactly what he's doing. And not very easy. The way it's going in its mouth, you can tell not like how they eat the meat. He's struggling either to put it in the throat or down the tummy because of maybe the amount of grass in it. And then he licks his paw, but he's still trying to get whatever it is into his mouth. Do you think that's some dung of an animal of a kind?
It's buffalo dung.
Yeah, I think I was right, it's buffalo dung. Sammy Jens, you said this is awesome. I also agree with you. To me, I'll say double awesome. Double awesome. Leopards should eat and scrub on anything, not necessarily getting proteins or the prey they bring down to eat. But now we have him just going through some buffalo dung, and I would want to know what they derive in it. I mean, buffaloes are herbivores, they eat a lot of grass. What benefit to be getting to eat or to get small bits and pieces from the buffalo dung is very interesting, and right in the middle of the road there. I have seen also them once in a while trying to eat impala poo. The reason you're asking, is he eating it or he'd make it wet and then he could roll into it? I still have seen him trying to swallow part of it in his mouth. If you look carefully there, to me, he is like, spreading it out and either trying to marinate it, making it a little soft. Let's wait and see if he's going to roll over it. I have a lot to learn from you, Tingana, eh? I haven't seen this raised in Kenya, so I could be getting one of my big lessons today. I've seen them going to elephant dung, eating a few beetles and living it there, getting a few flies. If they get any larvae of an insect, they'll also eat it. But now, for the buffalo dung, let's see what he'll tell us. And Amandus, you think maybe it's like medicine? Yes, who knows? I mean, if it has a little tummy issue or it has some kind of fever, it could be medicine. Who knows? I mean, we have always gone for some herbal medication locally here in Africa, and buffaloes, being herbivores, they eat lots of herbs, and I'm talking about, of course, grass. So, yeah, it could be medicine that he is trying to derive from that buffalo dung there. I'll have to take a very big lesson tonight. Maybe I might skip my dinner and find out what leopards will be benefiting on buffalo dung. And that tells me he is eating it either way. And it's some benefit of some sort. He is getting it. Perhaps you think now I am the official Tingana whisperer. Thank you very much. I'm giving you a high five for that. Or let me give you high 10 instead of high five. And yes, I hope I remain Tingana's whisperer for the rest of my stay here in South Africa. Look at those eyes. Look at that look. Well done, Tingana. Please tell us what you're doing there. We'll back up and give you way. You're in charge here. You're the Duke. And we all know animals have the right of way. It's such a privilege to see them when they give us such cooperation and allowing us to have such great views. We're not very far away from the tree waterhole, and we don't know whether he could be going for a drink. I'm just anticipating. Maybe he's going for a drink. And the tree waterhole is just right there ahead of us, which is another, what, 30 meters from where we are. And Tingana, tell us, what could you be wanting to do? What could you be up to? Sorry, VM. As usual, he remarks, marks that area, my territory. He's making it much wider. Looks in the direction of the waterhole. Darkness slowly creeping in. Change the direction. And he's so close. Smells that bush for any other leopard that might have done any scent marking. Rubs his head on it. Laura, you're asking, would be eating the dung could help, for, bacteria for the leopard, for Tingana? I would think it could be the case, and they might use them maybe to help them in their digestion, because the elephant or buffalo dung will have lot of small organisms in them. So it's a possibility maybe he would be able to pick up some bacteria in it that maybe would help in the digestion of all the proteins they eat, and that maybe would make it hasten or quickly think of another kill pretty soon, or maybe tomorrow or the day after. It's very possible. I agree with you. That's a possibility there. So he'll go either smell if any other leopard had marked territory here, as usual, do the scratching and then do the spray of urine. Here he goes. Yes, Duke Tingana, we agree that was a sneeze. God bless you. My God, did you hear that? What a showing, Tingana, and what a way to tell me, David, welcome to South Africa. I might remain your favorite. That was such a vocalization for me, and I could also hear my heart go. James, did you hear that, James?
Oh.
Well, moving from bush babies to a big leopard here, and you notice now we have gone to infrared because of the darkness is coming in, and we do not want to shine any bright light on this beautiful Duke Tingana. He has been very busy. He did not stop at the waterhole as I anticipated. He gave it a miss, and he is walking toward VM, tells me used to be a hyena den. So you see how the dynamics have changed now when we go to infrared, which shows a lot of compassion in making sure we do not blind these nice cats with our light. So we'll keep following him slowly and find out what actually he wants or where he really wants to go in this darkness. He keeps going, scent marks as usual, goes, stops, scent marks, sniffs if maybe there was another leopard or leopardess that might have swung by there. He leaves his mark. At least you say eating buffalo dung helps with your digestion. Thank you very much for that. And I guessed so. I was not very sure, but thank you very much for confirming that to me. And it's true, yes, because of the bacteria maybe that will be in the buffalo dung. Many thanks. So he's still on the move. We are still on the move too. Could get him VM there. Very good. So we'll try and maybe swing by on the right of him and stay on the side and find out what his final destination would be. Jerry, you're asking why does he make that sawing noise that you heard? And number one, that would be, of course, territory marking, but also he would be passing some message to would-be other males around. And I've just gathered from James Henry, his maybe biggest concern now would be hukumuri. So, I mean, leopards are very territorial and most of the males, and that sound or that vocalization would be a clear message to hukumuri, wherever he is. Don't forget, I'm around, and what do you have to say? And maybe wait and hear whether hukumuri will give something back in terms of vocalization. Let's follow our Tingana boy. Child of the universe, how are you today? I've always liked your name. And the smaller cats like Janet's and Civet, not one that I have heard make that like sawing sound of leopards. Maybe they do, maybe they do not. I am not sure, and I would be happy to find out also, as I found out about the leopards eating the buffalo dung. I have no idea, and I haven't heard them, sawing like leopards. Maybe they do, and they are. Child of the universe, I hope you're enjoying this great view of Tingana. Please don't forget to keep sending your questions to us or any comments on Twitter, hashtag Safari Live, or keep following us on the mainstream YouTube as we continue enjoying this great view of this big, nice looking male leopard. I really like his name, Tingana. But what I worry is that Tingana means being shy. I don't think he's shy, eh? Alright. He has just gone round Taman Mount. Let's go around the other side and see whether he's going to come out ahead of us. Angelo, you're asking, do all the leopards have the same pattern? No, they're all different. They are all different. You need to look at them very, very closely to see, but I would say they all got different patterns. I'm thinking he'll come out through here, Angelo, and we're going to look at his pattern, and maybe when you're lucky one of the days, we are going to look at his son, Hosanna, and see whether there could be anything close to their body patterns on the rosettes there, which I would highly doubt. He continues marking territory, scratching himself. Mercy asking, do I think Tingana will be tolerant of his son Hosanna? Well, what would happen as age comes? Hosanna might want to show his dad also he's growing and coming to age, and maybe want to try him out for territory, for competing for territory. I highly doubt that would happen. I highly doubt, and Tingana will still want to, show Hosanna, I'm still your father, I'm in charge here, please keep away from this area. I highly doubt. To me, Tingana looks very, very good, and I don't think he would take any worries from Hosanna. Mercy, don't you think that leopard is huge? Mercy, what do you think? Give me your feeling. What do you think would happen if Tingana would meet Hosanna right now? What do you think would happen? Do you think they would say hello to each other? Do you think Hosanna would say, hi Dad, I've missed you, how have you been? Or do you think they could go for each other, go teething and clawing and like, what the hell, who do you think you are? Must you send me your feeling, send me your comment on Twitter as usual, hashtag Safari Live. And we'll have something to compare tonight as we follow this Duke Tingana in the darkness. You're going to watch out, sir. Are you good to go? good. All right, VM survived. He has survived so many branches today. We'll follow him. Let's find out what update James got for us now.
But how marvelous to have Tingana back, yelling his head off and proclaiming that the Duke is not yet done.
Yeah, Tingana remains top here of the world, and he almost got a warthog that just came out of that barrel there. It went running. And I do not know what would call Hukumuri if Tingana will be the Duke and Hosana will be the little chief. Well, we may have to go back in the camp and all the guides will sit together and get a good name for Hukumuri. But in the meantime, let's stick with the Duke for this wonderful Tingana boy. Now he's on top of a termite mound there, and I don't know what he's looking at. Sorry, Casey asks how far what? The sowing could do anything, like I would say three good kilometers, about a mile and a half. Yeah, a mile and a half to 3 kilometers, depending, you know, on the vocalization and how deep it is. That would determine how far it would go. I would say 3 kilometers or about 1.8 miles. That's how far it could go. Let's just find out where he has gone. He's definitely to be looking for something to eat. And termite mounds are always good hunting grounds for leopards. It could be porcupines in there, could be a mongoose in there, it could be a warthog in there. So let's, can you see him? Is he on top there, right on top? 1 minute, we just need to locate. I think he's right on top there. What do you think? Yeah. Good job. And he might be waiting there to see what will happen. He's right on top of that termite mound. And that's how we saw a piggy just coming out, running for its dear life. So we have seen 2 close shaves. Initially, we saw porcupine, and now we just saw a piggy. Yeah, that hole there. So, sorry about that. That's where the warthog came out from. And a similar, like barrow, we saw a porcupine go in, and it could not come out. It knew there was a lot of danger lurking by the door. I can tell you, we have moved about 2-3 kilometers with Tingana this evening, and I've known leopards which would go comfortably 20 kilometers in one night, you know, either searching for food or changing locations or territory marking. And that's not, you know, small distance by any standard. I mean, talking of about what, 13, 14 miles in one night, eh? And that normally happens more at night when it's cool. And they'll always have better chances, you know, of getting prey. James Henry want to tell us something. Yes, stuff start disappearing into the night. I think, James, you're right. I deserve all the owners to open and maybe close our sunset drive today. As you can see up there, the dead tree there, I'm guessing that's maybe Venus planet in the background. And we got our Duke Tingana right on top of that termite mound. And in front of him is just part of the termite mound that makes him blend in so well. Unless you see him move his head, like you see there, you could say those are 2 parts of that termite mound. Oh, what you can hear now are cicadas. Some frogs from a distance. The busy nocturnal animals coming in. The diurnal ones are giving way. We have had Ellis today. lots of antelopes. But I think Tingana has won my heart, and hopefully he'll get some dinner tonight. He had a choice of going for fillet or going for the pork, and I can't thank Tingana enough. And there's one viewer who gave me the name the Tingana Whisperer. I am keeping that name. I'm going to change my documentation and have a new name. And to all of you, thank you very much. Remember to join us tomorrow morning, 6:30 Central Africa time. Goodbye from all of us.